Hello. 2 weeks ago, at the Cancer New Moon, you were called inward to soften, to feel, to remember what real nourishment feels like and what's been buried beneath your security needs for survival. Now, under this Capricorn Full Moon, the pressure shifts. The Capricorn Full Moon brings a different kind of reckoning. You may feel the weight of everything you've been holding, expectations, responsibilities, even roles that no longer reflect who you are. The spotlight is on what you've carried for too long. Duties, roles, identities that may have once protected you, but now weigh you down. This isn't about holding it all together anymore. It's about recognizing where you've been. You've outgrown the old structure and giving yourself permission to release it. What's rising now may feel intense and uncomfortable, but it's making space for something truer, something more aligned with the person you're becoming. This isn't just a culmination, which all full moons are, but it's a cosmic turning point. Conjunct the brilliant fixed star Vega, this full moon can mark a rise into visibility or a fall from illusion. Old soul patterns of over-responsibility are surfacing for release. You're not here to keep it all together anymore. You're here to honor your truth of who you are, who you become, and shed light on what no longer supports your evolution. Your future self is calling. The calling is growing louder. What does it mean, and what does it feel like for you to be in the future? Hook onto the vision of who you're becoming, and like a magnet, let it draw you forward. Whatever does not serve this vision, this feeling of who you are in the future, must be let go of. Work the energy of the Capricorn Full Moon to set you free. Hi, I'm KG Styles, intuitive astrologer and energy healer. Welcome to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate your being here. In today's video, I'll guide you through the energy of this Capricorn Full Moon, how to work with it, what it's trying to show you, and how the deeper archetypes at work, including the powerful cosmic forces of the fixed wealth star Vega and the cosmic destiny points of the North and South Node, are colluding on your behalf to help you reach a brighter future for yourself, one that already exists in the future. Your future self. Who are you becoming? Stay tuned and I'll help you find out. On July 10th, we have a Capricorn full moon at 18 degrees 50 minutes. It's exact at 1:37 p.m. Pacific. It immediately goes void of course. A time of completion and celebration. Can also be a fall from grace or the fall from a high place, as the Capricorn full moon is conjunct the fixed wealth star Vega and Sheliak. Both are in the constellation of Lyra. Vega is the brightest star in Lyra. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and its natural placement in the zodiac is the 10th house of career, profession, how you're recognized, awards, and achievements. Remember, we're still in the Cancer New Moon cycle. This is the first culminating point for your Cancer New Moon intentions. You may be asked to release what may prevent manifestation over New Moon intentions, or have indications for the direction you need to take and the support needed for future growth can be realized. The moon goes void, of course, at this full moon. This means that there can be a long coming to terms with what needs to be released. You'll want to perform any moon meditation or ritual after the moon enters Aquarius and makes a trine with Uranus in Gemini at 10:42 a.m. Pacific on the 11th. The moon is also powerfully conjunct to Pluto and trine to Uranus, and Uranus is conjunct Sedna. So the Capricorn full moon is also sextile to the North Node in Pisces. This suggests you can build structures that support your soul's purpose. It is also trine to the South Node in Virgo. There's a chance to release outdated forms of perfectionism, duty, or over-responsibility, and evolve towards soul-guided trust, compassion, and spiritual alignment. This trine suggests an easy letting go of outdated patterns from the past that no longer serve you. You can ask yourself, what karmic patterns of overwork or doing it all by myself am I ready to release? Where do I feel emotionally mature, but possibly weighed down by past responsibilities? What structure can I build that honors my soul calling without falling back into old perfectionist patterns? The moon is also trine to Mars, which is conjunct the South Node in Virgo. In this, we see ancestral patterns of doing, fixing, overworking can surface for transformation and release. You want to work these energies and create the change rather than be changed by the forces operating from outside, which can put you into crisis mode before reclaiming balance and authority to move you in the right direction. The moon is also square to Ceres in Aries. This square urges turning internal emotional needs into active self-care. This might look like starting something new that fosters independence, speaking up for emotional needs in relationships, building self-support routines centered around courage and initiative. The moon is also square to Chiron-Eris in Aries. You can ask yourself, where am I emotionally armored at the expense of being real and honest with myself and others? Pain, whether physical, mental, or emotional, can be an expression of suppressed truth, represented by Chiron-Eris, that is erupting within to liberate you to a deeper wholeness. This aspect is a call to radically take responsibility not just for your emotions, but for healing the wounds that make you hide your inner wounds in the first place. Deep inner work may be called for with this aspect. Questions to explore include, where am I emotionally keeping myself safe, but neglecting my own needs? How have I avoided nurturing myself? What self-care or boundary setting can I assert now? The moon is also sextile to Juno in Scorpio. In general, Juno in Scorpio is calling you to deepen in all of your relationships so they are mutually satisfying and fulfilling. You may now attract or deepen partnerships that value both structure, represented by Capricorn, and vulnerability, represented by Scorpio. It may be time to release relationships that lack intimacy. Now is the time to strengthen partnerships through truth, loyalty, and depth. But first, you must commit to your own inner partnership and honoring your emotional authority. Ask yourself, do I have emotional honesty in my closest relationships? Do I need to clear away past power struggles or dynamics of control that may be preventing me from deeper, more meaningful relationships in the present? Uranus at 0 degrees 7 minutes of Gemini is conjunct to Sedna. Uranus will retrograde back into Taurus for a brief period, but Sedna is now permanently in Gemini until 2067. The myth of Sedna is one of metamorphosis through the pain of abandonment she experiences. In the myth of Sedna, Sedna is a young woman who refuses all suitors and is forced to marry a mysterious stranger. Her father later tries to rescue her from this unhappy marriage. During their return by kayak, a storm rises. In a moment of fear or desperation, Sedna's father throws her overboard to save himself. As she clings to the boat, Sedna's father cuts off her fingers to make her let go. Sedna's severed fingers transform into beautiful sea creatures, seals, whales, fish. As Sedna sinks to the ocean floor, becoming the goddess of the deep and ruler of marine life. Sedna invites us to descend into our own depths, confront ancestral pain or personal trauma, and rise in wisdom, sovereignty, and deep compassion, especially in service to the earth and future generations. Some of the themes that can surface at the 0 degrees Gemini point: revolution of consciousness. There can be a sudden awakening about how we think, speak, and relate. Cosmic feminine intelligence. Sedna brings buried truths from the deep past into the Uranian light. Collective reprogramming. It's time to discard outdated narratives and embrace multi-dimensional thinking. Voices of the silence. Gemini rules language. This may signal a wave of emerging voices, especially those long suppressed. The meaning for Sedna, skipping forward, the meaning for Sabian symbol for Capricorn Full Moon at 18 degrees 50 minutes, according to Dane Ruger, is a child of about 5 carrying a huge shopping bag filled with groceries. Ruger's interpretation focuses on emerging individual responsibility, learning to operate within a community or system, the idea of growing into your role, even if it feels daunting, the psychological theme of adopting to expectations and evolving maturity. Ruger ties the Capricorn Full Moon to evolutionary development, where the soul takes on more than it might seem ready for, yet is spiritually equipped to handle. With all the celestial bodies involved in this Capricorn Full Moon, other meanings you might consider are someone young or innocent caring more than expected, possibly by necessity or choice. You might ask yourself, where am I over caring for others? Is there a responsibility I'm carrying that is too big for my inner child? Where have I grown up too fast? Where can I ask for support? Is my soul ready to graduate from certain roles or obligations? More planets station retrograde this month. Neptune stations retrograde on July 4th. Saturn stations retrograde on July 13th, within 11 degrees of an exact conjunction with Neptune. Mercury stations retrograde on July 18th at 15 degrees 34 minutes of Leo. Mercury entered its shadow on June 30th. Chiron stations retrograde on July 30th at 27 degrees Aries. So when planets are retrograde, they are closest to the Earth and exert a stronger electromagnetic pull. This amplifies their influence and invites us to slow down, review, reflect, and deepen our intuition, especially when it comes to receiving guidance about changes we're being called to make. The energetic pull is strongest when a celestial body stations retrograde or direct, making these moments powerful gateways for internal shifts and realignment. So the Capricorn Full Moon on July 10th at 18 degrees 50 minutes is a powerful culmination point, inviting emotional maturity, karmic release, and soul-level realignment. With its conjunction to the fixed wealth star Vega and Sheliak in Lyra, it highlights both brilliance and the risk of a fall from illusion. It's trine to the South Node and Mars in Virgo, and Sextile to North Node in Pisces, which offers graceful release of perfectionist patterns while opening a path to soul purpose. Yet, it's also square to Ceres, Chiron-Eris in Aries. This can stir deep wounds and a call for bold self-care, emotional honesty, and truth-telling, while a sextile to Juno and Scorpio deepens relationship roots and mutual authenticity. With Uranus conjunct Sedna at 0 degrees Gemini, this lunation marks a quantum leap in consciousness and an invitation to rewire how you speak, think, and embody your truth. Remember, your guides and angels are always with you. You're never alone. Keep your frequency high. Stay in gratitude. And let this Capricorn Full Moon be your turning point and rise to soul authority. If you'd like to feel more confident navigating the cosmic currents, check out my book, Astrology Survival Guide. It's filled with tools to help you align with the stars and become your own astrologer. The link is below, where you can also find the essential oils to use and the angels to call upon. A Capricorn Full Moon meditation appears below in the pinned comments section. I create these shows to inspire and empower you to live your life fully and authentically. If this episode was helpful to you, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps spread the word and grow our community. Until next time, take good care and trust your inner knowing.